Sousa really knew how to write fantastic melodies.
His music was original. It was full of energy, full of patriotism.
Say Sousa and a spirited march comes to mind. He was the undisputed March King. John Philip Sousa was born in Washington, D.C., within marching distance of the Capitol and the Marine Barracks, where his father was a musician in the United States Marine Band.
We speculate, we're pretty certain that he was a fixture around here.
By age 26, he was more than a fixture. Sousa was the band's director. His tenure would forever change the nation's oldest musical organization.
There's no doubt that Sousa raised the standards, the musical standards of the Marine Band to an unprecedented level.
To John Philip Sousa from the members of the United States Marine Band as a token of their respect and esteem. This is what we call now the ceremonial baton, and it's actually taken out of that case over there 2 times. One is when the directors change hands here, and so this was passed on to me at July 11th, this past July 11th, and it's also carried in the inaugural parade.
Sousa made marching easier, at least for tuba players.
It's sousaphone. This is an important piece of the history around here.
We are surrounded by Sousa. He had already begun to write many of the marches that earned him the title of the March King while he was still here.
Marches in and of themselves are attractive to people. People love them, kids love them, audiences like marches. Hearing a band play a great Sousa march takes it to that next level.
Stars and Stripes Forever may well be Sousa's greatest work. It is so revered that in 1987 it was designated the nation's national march.
The piccolo solo, I think it was a moment of genius, an inspired moment in his compositional life.
You think you'd get jaded, but it's a good march. I mean, it really holds its own after all these years.
Stars and Stripes was first performed 100 years ago on May 14th in Philadelphia. By this time, Sousa had formed his own civilian concert band. Sousa penned the piano part on Christmas Day, 1896. Then in April, while on tour in Boston, he completed the full band score, signing and dating it April 26, 97, Boston, Mass.
Whether he did put that ink score down on paper during that 3 days he happened to be in Boston, or whether he just completed it during those 3 days in Boston, it got the signature, Boston, Mass.
Sousa and his band toured 10 months a year for 40 years, performing 7 days a week, 2 concerts a day. When he wasn't conducting, he was composing.
The literal amount of it would probably fill up this entire shelf here of just original manuscripts, and a lot of them are lost.
At the Library of Congress, there are stacks and stacks of Sousa scores, and not just marches. There are songs, operettas, orchestral music.
He wrote violin solos. He was a violinist. He didn't play a band instrument.
And neither his own band nor the Marine Band played strictly band music. Sousa made great classics a part of the repertoire of his bands. In the same way, great orchestras turned his marches into classics. On July 2nd, 1897, Stars and Stripes was performed in Boston at a promenade or pop concert, just 1 day after the orchestra parts were copyrighted. It is believed that the Pops, as it's called today, was the first orchestra to perform Sousa's masterpiece. It was a hit then and has been for 100 years.
And what happens in Stars and Stripes is he hit a home run. He absolutely hit a home run.